Hello, dear viewer. My God, I guess this is the start of a new era. Breaking news with Herring, whoop-de-doo. So before I went to bed last night, I was faced with a flurry of activity that, my God, Squadron 42 has been removed from the buybacks. But I didn't care, so I went to bed. But now I am awake, and now I do care. Blessed news, blessed time, Squadron 42 is on the way, people. Or is it really? But cautious as I am, reading things on this hither internet, I went to the one true source of truth, rationality, and kindness, Reddit, to research this new trove of Squadron 42 information. Some of you may of course have come across the wonderful post by user Stuart GT. Ah yes, this looks very much like a possible thing that could indeed be true, that Squadron 42 has been removed from the buybacks. Squadron release imminent? But later, however, the user WatcherXP very helpfully commented this. Alas, it doth appear as if more information has come to light that this could indeed be a bug in the system and not intentional, which is of course a bummer because that action could directly mean that the latest Squadron 42 newsletter was a bit of a tongue-in-cheek teasing of the fans with the Recruits Assemble tagline to get us ready. Perhaps a little bit hot and bothered, if you will. It does appear to be reliable information that C-Daddy CIG works at CIG, wow. So it could lend credence that there is nothing to see here.
Please disperse! Nothing to see here, please!
It is definitely credible that he is a normie because he set his location as Microtech. How cringe. There have also, of course, in the past been potential signs that Squadron 42 was just around the corner.
For our standpoint, we don't want to show something too early on Squadron 42. We want to show the final stuff, so I know that's a bit of a bummer, but it's important because I think Squadron 42 itself is going to be a fantastic experience, but there is, work in progress, Star Citizen, yes, I think work in progress on Squadron 42 I don't really want to do because
I am accused of being a bit of a perfectionist.
The first thing that comes to mind in regards to this is when they first removed Squadron 42 from the store almost entirely, except for a few select game packages. Oh, isn't that the most affordable one? Oh, pick it up before it's too late. Wait a minute.
What in the goddamn?
So it looks like they've also removed it from the Praetorian pack. I had no idea they'd done that until I just looked at it. Wow.
Shameful. The greed.
But to, of course, indulge myself with some theory craft, it could also be a case of this is something they are planning to do imminently, and they have the code ready to be implemented, but for whatever reason a bug caused it to roll out a bit too early. This, of course, meaning that CIG will have to do damage control for a bit until the official rollout is ready. After all, it makes perfect sense that CIG would want to stop people from getting the cheap copies of Squadron 42 on the market so that CIG can maximize their profits once their first ever shippable game is ready. But, as we all know, bugs, mistakes, or problems can occur on the back end of such large companies, so, shit happens. No fucking hyping! As per usual, however, dear viewer, I would like to take the time to tell everyone to manage their expectations, for this is CIG that we're talking about, and communication is something that they sometimes struggle with. A lot. And in particular, I'd say that this rings true especially with Squadron 42.
Like we said when we announced Star Citizen Direct, we're trying to stay out of everybody's way and let them focus and let them do the work that they're here to do, which is make the game.
It's also a misconception that all the resources are in Squadron 42, right? Like the reality is there's two teams, right?
Yeah.
And we got to push both games, right? It's super important for that. Now, obviously, Squadron, unfortunately, has got to be under a bit more secrecy, right?
Yeah.
But
No, it's not a. So I can already see the chat. The chat's already like, oh, it means this, it means that, folks. It means that when it's time for the game to come out, you're going to hear a lot more about it. It's always been different. We've always been all big yappy on Star Citizen and less yappy on Squadron. So it's just an extension of that. It's just as we get closer to our intended release date in 2026, we will start opening up the doors, opening up the communication. You'll start seeing more of all that kind of stuff that you would expect in a proper go-to-market campaign.
Squadron is, of course, Chris Roberts' baby, and I'm sure he wants to do absolutely everything in his power to make it the dream space opera that he always wanted to do in the 90s. Except this time more fully realized and to his more proper vision. I'd also like to take a moment to reiterate that I do not believe, despite the innumerable miscommunications, drama, and the bullcrap that CIG has spouted over the years, that it is an ill-intentioned company. I do want to believe the tagline that it is shipping in 2026. And I want CIG to show the world that they are a company that can stand the test of time, not through promises, but through action. I know that there are sharp minds in that company that are desperate to show what this company is capable of and are being held back by the release of Squadron, so that the world can finally see what these hard-working and dedicated individuals have worked on for so long. But never mind all this. In other news, I've started to stream, and I'm in the mood to perhaps a bit more seriously start streaming. And I'm going to follow this up by streaming on Sunday. Whoop-de-doo! This Sunday, the 12th of April. So, dear viewer, that is something for you to look forward to today. Hope to see you then. But until then, this is where I get off. As always, thank you all very much for watching. Join the Discord, join the org for fun times if you feel so inclined. Support the channel by liking, commenting, and subscribing, and all that other cringe shit. If you further wish to support the channel, you can do so by becoming a YouTube member or by giving some dosh on Ko-Fi. Ta-ta! As always, a stupendous thank you to all my wonderful Baru merchantmen, without whom all this content would probably be very improbable indeed. A marvelous and special thanks to my Apex fishies of Raptor Jesus, Half-Breed, and Magic. A suspicious thank you to my wonderful Soostrummings of Combat Creations, The Duck, Big Kronk, and Davidri. My wonderful exquisite people of the fantastic class of Ifinora and Ignore Me. And a wonderful thank you to my enthusiasts of the Deathbringer 666, Long Yawn, Bloodix, and Monk. Thank you all very much for the money.